Okay, what I'm doing today is, and this is an ad hoc live stream. I did not plan this at all, but I thought I'm going to be sitting here and just kind of working on this motherboard I have. I can show you that here. This is the Commodore PET motherboard. The Commodore PET is back here, opened up, and I thought what I would just do is pop in, go ahead and do a live stream, and just kind of hang out while I'm trying to get this thing right here cleaned up, because there's a lot of dirt on here. I've been working on the case back here for a while. I got the inside really nice and clean. I've got some pictures on Twitter if you've not seen those. Check out my tweets at Stephen Combs and you can see me cleaning that up. But I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to check the chat room on occasion, see who joins, but I'm going to go ahead and just start cleaning this thing up a little bit, capture some video along the way. So you'll see some of the kind of the behind the scenes stuff that I do when I create prepared videos, because I will be doing some camera work over here with some other phone cameras, trying to capture things a little bit closer. But hey, we're just going to hang out. And I know sometimes these ad hoc live streams, some of my viewers like to just pop in and say hi. Have to decide if I'm going to leave it online afterwards, but there may be some good stuff in here, and some people just may enjoy having a little retroCombs ASMR in the background as they're working or enjoying their Saturday afternoon. So this will probably be in lieu of a Sunday live stream, so I won't have one this week. I do have lots of content. I've got one video I'm preparing right now. I need to get into DaVinci Resolve and finish that. I am working on this. Again, I've been cleaning this guy right here. Just got a lot going on. So just an effort to kind of share. And you know what I should probably do is I should probably go ahead and tweet and let folks know I am online. Let me go ahead and grab my stream here. Let me go ahead and hit Twitter here, and I'm going to tweet that I'm live. So how exciting is this, watching me tweet live? So here's what that looks like. We'll see if that's going to work here. Eventually, hopefully it will tweet. Is it going to let me tweet, or is it not going to let to tweet or not to tweet? That, my friends, is the question. Let's see. Looks like it's not going to let me tweet that. So let me go back here and try this again. Wow, it has locked me out of this. Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. All right, so it needs me to log in there. So let me go ahead and do that. Luckily, my password wasn't filled in there. There we go. There we go. We'll just go. Let's see, hanging out and cleaning the Commodore PET motherboard via YouTube. Let's go ahead and say I'm streaming live right now. Come join me. There we go. And I do have a little music on in the background. You're probably hearing that. So if you hear some background music, that's where that's coming from. Hopefully I don't have the issue I had before in my last live stream where it was echoing. I should check that here in a minute here. So let me go ahead and tweet that. All right, so we've got that tweeted. Looks like I got some messages and notifications here. We'll go ahead and clean out of that right there and close that. We have one concurrent viewer. There you go, one concurrent viewer. We'll keep an eye on that and see how that's going. Let me go ahead and go back here. Looks like I have no concurrent viewers now, which is okay, because I'm just hanging out. So this is a great thing about live streams, is I can just hang out and see what goes. Actually, I've noticed on my ad hoc live streams like this, a lot of times the viewers are a lot more afterwards, obviously, than live, because people can come in and they can bounce around. So again, we'll decide if we're going to keep that. Let's see, do I have everything set up? I think we have everything set up. So again, I'll kind of keep an eye on what's going on. And you know, I didn't put this on my Discord. I should go ahead and put this on my Discord as too. So let me go ahead and share that I am doing this on my Discord too. So let me grab my, there we go, and let's go ahead and, hey, there's Mislav. Hey, Mislav, I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing the chat room. Let me pop over here in the chat room. Looks like been a while. Yes, it has been, Mislav. It has been a while. So I'm glad to have you here. As a matter of fact, I sent you a little Discord chat last week saying, hey, everything okay, Mislav, with you? So Jamie popped in too. I don't know why you guys weren't showing up in the actually, I think you're seeing, yeah, no, we're good. Program is good. You didn't show up in the stats or the control page. So, yeah, of course, one Sunday I'm off work and you're not streaming. I know. Great, right? Well, but you're off. You need to spend time doing what you need to do there. So, Weird, I was listening away when you said 0 concurrent view. I know it is it's delayed or something, I'm not sure. And Mislav says, been busy as heck. I bet you have, sir. As I mentioned in my little Discord message with you, I know, and you guys can probably hear this. We're not sure if it's allergies or cold. It's something. It's not COVID. I've already taken the test, but I asked you if you were busy because you got that whole education thing going on, work, life, all that business. So good to have you here for a few minutes anyway. And I know you'll buzz in and out as you need to. Let me see. Let me just check. I'm curious now what it's saying the viewers are. As a matter of fact, I think what has happened is I closed my studio now when I was trying to get out of that thing. So let me, oh, there it is right there. Okay, so let me go ahead and full screen this right here so I can switch between them. You're not really seeing what I'm doing, which is fine. I don't want you to see it just yet. And then let me full screen this one. And I was going to post in the Discord real quickly. Let me go ahead and do that. So let's go in here to retroCombs, the Discord. And if you're not a member of the Discord, everybody watching is, which is great. But if you're not, just go to retrocombs.com/buymeacoffee, and for just like $1 a month, you can come join the Discord, and it's actually starting to pick up a little bit in here. We got some good stuff going on. So let me do an @everyone. And I know a lot of people don't like those, but this is the way I can get the word out. Streaming now. And we'll just put that in there. Come join us for some Commodore PET cleaning fun. There we go. All right, so we'll see if anybody pops in here. I probably could throw this in the Mega 65 as well. Maybe I will. Let's just go ahead and I won't do it there, but we'll do this, and I'll go over here to the Mega 65. And let's go ahead and that would be under banter for this one because it's not Mega 65 related. And there we go. All right, so just to let some people know what's going on. And I've got a cricket. Can you guys hear it? Hey guys, can you hear that cricket? Let me get, actually, let me get rid of this right here. So there we go. Interesting. And then, so you can kind of see what's going on here. Let me close this. And looks like, look, see, this is, you got 1 concurrent viewer, 2 likes, and 0 concurrent viewers. I do not understand this dashboard. Anyway, let's go back to here. Now, I will try and keep an eye on chat, so you guys feel free to kind of let me know that you've joined us if you're watching. But here's what I'm trying to get done today. And I'm going to close a door on some cricket who's downstairs here. He's a noisy little guy. All right, that's what happens when you're in your basement. So here's the pet, guys. If you've not seen it, it's been back here. And again, check Twitter. I've posted some pictures of what I'm working on. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, got, let me make sure we get everything updated. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this cleaned up right here. I got a lot of the dirt and stuff off of it, but right now, and again, this is not exciting live streaming. This is for sure. This is just me wanting to hang out with you all while I work on this. So I've got a couple of things here. I'm going to work with these mainly, and then I've got some alcohol here. So we're going to go ahead and get a little alcohol poured in here, and I'm going to be very careful. I thought about a larger brush, but then I got really concerned. 40-year-old tech, right? 40-year-old tech. I want to be very careful what I do with this 40-year-old tech and how I mess around with it. So we are going to take it slow. All right. Let me go ahead and this is really going to be kind of a chip by chip thing. So, hey, Matthew, good to have you join in. Matthew says, turning in on my drive towards Bismarck. Oh, tuning in on my drive towards Bismarck. Hey, that's really cool. I came for the pet, but I'll stick around for the live cricket persecute. I'm going to find that cricket, Matthew. I am going. He will. Yes, I will find him. So that's kind of fun. Let's see. Let me get caught up. May not matter, but your live stream description still no, it should not, because I changed everything. Hold on. It should say hanging out and cleaning the Commodore PET. So this, let me show you what I'm seeing here. This is really interesting. So here's another one of those weird things going on. So this is what I'm showing that I changed. So hanging out, and I put this this new clip. Let me see what's going on here. I can do some. Is it the old? Let's see. Well, there's the new thumbnail. Looks like everything's set up. Customization is there. All that stuff is good. So that's very interesting. I'm not sure why it's still showing that because it does say hanging out and cleaning the Commodore PET here, and I am on that stream. So Jamie, I'm not sure what's going on, but thanks for that little heads up. Howdy nerds, how y'all did? I love it. Yes, definitely Matthew, we are all nerds here. Hey, nerdy all the way. So good chats here. Okay, I hope you'll be still there. Yeah, I'll probably be here in half an hour. I got a lot of work to do. Again, I'm working on this guy right here. So I think we'll be here. It has that in the title, but the other description, I guess. Let me see. I thought I modified that. Oh, I know. You might be right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Interesting, because I cleaned all of this stuff out. Let me go ahead and I see what you're looking at right now. So thank you, Jamie. I'll go ahead and I forgot to get this just hanging out and cleaning a Commodore PET motherboard with my favorite friends. There we go. Get a little shout out to all of you. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that. I thought I got. Oh, it looks like I misspelled something, didn't it? Here we go. This is the way it goes. Hanging. Yep, forgot the I. So there we go. And we'll get that in there. Save that. And hey, by the way, if you want, since I am doing this, I'm getting better with all this camera stuff. So you can see Jamie back here. I forgot I had this flip out desk that came out here. Let me go ahead and get rid of this here. All right, updated now. There you go. Perfect. Thank you so much. But I forgot on my my IKEA system that I had this pop out. This thing has been perfect. It's perfect for now. It's perfect to work on it. I can do some filming over here. You can see I got camera here from an old Pixel phone I'm using. But I got that really cleaned up nicely on the inside. So I'm really excited about where I am with the Commodore PET. Now, if I can just get everything put back together so that it's working, I'll be even more excited about it, obviously. So let me go back over here and let's get to scrubbing this thing up. Now, I don't know if I'll get to putting this back together during the stream. That would be a lot of work. Although the nice thing is, this is actually within camera view. I could zoom in and do some things, but I'm trying to figure out how I can do different locations and film or live stream, preferably live stream. I really like live streaming because I don't have to edit afterwards. That's pretty nice. So anyway, let's go back to here, and I do have this. I've got my, yes, this is going to be really slow going, but I have cleaned it off with just lightly with a brush. I've taken a little vacuum around, cleaned it up, so that is done. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get just a little bit of alcohol in here, and I'm not going to pour it over the camera, obviously, and over the motherboard. But it is alcohol, so it's not really going to hurt it. But I am just going to kind of scrub. Hey, give me a feel. Can you guys hear music? Do I need to turn that up a little bit, or is it about right? And I'm assuming we're not hearing double like we did during the last live stream. So I'm going to start, first of all, I just want to clean off the tops of all of these chips here, memory and all that, and I'll probably do a little combo of wiping and cleaning. So if you have ideas as we're going through here, things that you think I need to be doing, let me know. I've been pulling up all kinds of, look at the garbage I pulled off this thing and cleaning it up. I mean, this is all from, not the motherboard, but the inside of the case. I've got, it really looks good on the inside too. Again, check those tweets out. I've got some really great pictures there. This is not too dirty right now. Now that one's pretty dirty. Let me see if I can clean this one up right here. You can see right here we got a lot of little dirt on that one. Let's see if we can. Yeah, that came. Look at that. That came right off. Check that out. So I think the alcohol is going to be my friend, which is good. Let me make sure everything's live. Are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. Okay. You guys were just quiet in chat there for a minute, so I didn't know. Let me go ahead and scrub a couple of these. I'm just going to go ahead and knock all of these off. This is really in good shape, guys. If you're not aware, if you've not been following me, it'd be hard not to be aware, but I picked up this Commodore PET at BCFMW last weekend. Jamie was with me. As a matter of fact, I've got a whole video. You can check that out if you're curious about how I came across this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these cleaned off. I'm getting a lot of gook off of that. Look at that. So Jamie says it would be cool to see if anyone knew what purpose it served at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Yes, it would. We did learn it does have the original sticker on it. Jamie had a good point. You know, it went from 40 years ago, it was at an educational institution, and I've been thinking about putting it in my office at work when I get it all done. And and I work for another higher education institution, so kind of going from there to there. Now it'll sit in an office where it'll just be a showpiece. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to share with you. We might do this. We might unbox this today. You know, maybe we'll do that too. Maybe I'll give you a little hint of what. Make sure I don't get it. Maybe we'll do that too after I get this thing cleaned up. If you're interested in that, let me know. I was going to film that, and I can just capture it here. I do have some really cool things. I've also got another order on its way. Heck yeah, Jamie says heck yeah. I also have another order on its way for another device for the Commodore PET. But what I'm trying to do is get some of these modern devices that will allow me to have more fun with this. So we might unbox that. We'll see where we are, and see if I can. I probably will want to set the camera up too and do some recording, because that's going to be part of a prepared video. But you guys can get a sneak peek with me. That'll be fun. Jamie, are you working on anything? Are you working on retro stuff while you're listening? What did I do with my? What did I do with the one I just had? Here we go. I'm losing Q-tips. All right, that's all right. I got plenty of them. So let me go ahead and get some of this cleaned off here. Now this one had some. Looks like it had some thermal paste on top of it for some reason, or maybe it's just gook. Get all these cleaned up. Yeah, I'm going to do the tops of all these chips first, just to get them cleaned up so that they take good pictures, and then we'll come in here and clean up some of this other mess. There's a lot of cobwebs and stuff in these little heat sinks. I guess these are heat sinks here, which seems really wild. Are these, you know, who knows? Are these, Jamie, what do you think? Are these heat sinks? I wish Chuck Hutchins was here. And again, I'm just learning about the PET, so a lot of this is new to me. Are these heat sinks, or is this some kind of RF protection for these transistors? And I think those are transistors. They look like transistors. Got some weird stuff going on there. But all right, let me go ahead and get this one clean. Yeah, just getting 40-year-old gook off of these things. This thing has just made me feel better about it. Look at that. Wow. A lot of gook. Jamie says maybe some editing, but didn't want to waste too much time. Mini VCFMW recap, and maybe, oh good, MC10 tinkering. I'm looking forward to that. Took some Brawley kind of shots of the Vectrix. Oh, excellent. Oh, so the youngest is playing. There you go. You get them started young. So I hope she is enjoying that. Yeah, to take the heat from those transistors. That's what I thought. Yeah, I know. B-Rolly. I thank you. I thought I understood that, but good. Well, thanks for joining. Let's see who else. Oh, we got a few. Wow, we got about 12 of you have popped in here at some point. It looks like most people popped in and popped out. They weren't interested, so which is fine because we're just hanging out. Let me go ahead and I need to clean this one up here. This one had a lot of gook on it. So let me go ahead and get some more of these here. Wow, it's weird because some of these are, oh, look at the gook that's coming off of this one. It's weird because some of the chips are just a whole lot dirtier than the other, so you kind of wonder what happened there. This one's gonna need some more love and scrubbing. So this is one of those devices. I wonder if, again, should I recap this thing at some point? I mean, it works. I'm not gonna mess with it, but all these capacitors do not look like there's anything wrong, but you never know internally. I don't know if this is gonna be one of those things I'm gonna think about recapping later. Probably not unless it stops working, quite honestly, but yeah, these are cleaning up nicely here. Oh yeah, that one looks good. All right. You know, overall, this thing is still, I think, just in amazing shape for being 40 years old. Not quite 40, but close. that one cleaned up there. Yeah, I know, this is a lot like watching grass grow. I get it, folks. So, Matt's back. Matt says, vectored. Yeah, I absolutely adore the vector. Yeah, you're going to need to check out Jamie. Jamie picked up one of these with, I'm not sure, Jamie might want to let us know what the cartridge is. Is it like a, what's it called, a Mini Max or whatever? It has every single vector game on it. I think it even has demos, so I'm sure Jamie will let us know in chat what that's called and what that looks like. And I think I'm not sure if he's planning on doing some video, but he may be doing some video of that for us as well. Wow, this is, I'm gonna have to go to a different, let me go to a different one here. This one's kind of dirty. Yeah, I just feel better getting this dirt off. I'm not sure where some of this came from. And I did, I mentioned, I'll mention in the prepared video that I'll do later, there was a little bit of rust in the case. So I'm trying to decide how I want to get that kind of stopped or stabilized. So if you have ideas for how I might stabilize just a small patch of rust on the inside of the case, let me know. Wow, that's dirty. This is almost therapeutic, guys. Just kind of hanging out and knowing that you're giving a little love and attention to an old computer. Now, for those of you who may not know, this, I think I mentioned it earlier, but this is my very first Commodore PET. I never owned a PET. It was a little bit before my time. I would have been, when this model was released, I would have been 12. Yeah, 12, which I guess wasn't too early, but I did not grow. I was a military brat at the time, and we didn't have a lot of money, so we weren't out buying computers, and it's probably not something my parents would have splurged for me or seen a need for. It wasn't until later in the early 80s where I got VIC 20, so when the cost, was a little bit more palatable for the family. And actually I ended up buying that myself with my my mowing money, as I've mentioned many times. But the PET, I never knew about the PET. I mean, even when I was a Commodore VIC 20, when I went out to buy that, I never knew about the PET. I didn't learn about it until I started going to Commodore stores and hearing rumors and magazines about this Commodore PET, and it just always seemed like unobtainium for me because I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So, but it is, I've heard a lot of people online say, well, you can own a PET today, but you're really not going to get anything out of it. I tend to disagree. I think I'm going to have a blast with this device. So, I think all these retro computers, if you are into it, you can always have hours and hours of fun. And again, this is going to be, this is going to end up being probably a display with great some kind of demos running in an office, or it may stay down here. Again, I'm trying to decide. So yeah, we got that Vectrix. It's like a multi-car. Yep, saw the Vectrix doodad that extended the capabilities. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I saw it at the show. It was really cool, as a matter of fact. With that dev cart was still available and not dollars rare, I could try out Star Wars on it. Yeah, you gotta get Star Wars running. I did see that, and we really need to see that. So, okay, let me go back down here. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon and chatting. This is what makes it fun, right? Is hanging out with my favorite YouTube folks. So let's go ahead. Let's see, where did I left? Now see, I've gone back and I don't remember where I left off. So now I'm back to here. Let's see, this one looks pretty dirty. So let's hit this one again. There's some kind of something on this one. It will not come off. So we're getting it. The other thing I need to do is I'll just give you a little hint. What's in the box that I think I am going to unbox here for you after I get this cleaned up a little bit. I will save that towards the end. So. Even if you have to bounce out early, I'll go ahead and leave the stream live so that you guys can check it out if you like later. But one of the things that's in there is something that allows me to update and add multiple ROMs to the Commodore PET so that it'll give this original Commodore PET some capabilities it did not have when it first came out. you have to unplug the CPU, which I believe, let me see, is 6502 right here. Yeah. So this is going to get popped out right here, and then there's going to be a daughter board that'll go in here, and then this CPU, the 6502, will go into there, and then you can flip some dip switches to go between your various different ROMs, which looks pretty cool. I can't wait to try that. And it'll let you have even the original ROM that came with this machine, which is version 1. I think it comes version 1, 2, and 4, I think is where we are. So, and there's some neat features that come with later versions of the ROM, such as activating the IEEE, I think it's 488 on this thing is what I'm learning. In the very first ROM, it wasn't activated, so people couldn't plug in things like, what would we do? Like a floppy disk, there we go, a floppy drive system, that big expensive one that they sold. But now, in modern times, it wouldn't let you do things like an SD card reader. So now I'll be able to add that to it as well. Okay, let me go ahead and wipe off some of these and get some of this stuff cleaned up here. All right, let's see. Hey, if you're watching online, you've not joined chat, please pop into chat and let me know you're here. I'd love to see, just say hello. You don't have to hang out if you don't want to. We don't force anybody into the chat room here. But if you want to just let me know you stopped by, that'd be great. Hey, that's starting to look pretty good, isn't it? We're getting there. It's starting to look like something. Let's see. Let me get caught up on chat. Yeah, the only way to get Star Wars on it is, yeah, so the unobtainium dev card. So you have to have the dev card. I got you. Okay. That I know of anyway. Got an 8-hour drive to Rapid City, South Dakota. I'm glad that I saw you were streaming. So I am keeping you company, Matthew, on an 8-hour drive to Rapid City. Well, I am serving a purpose today. May not be the one everybody wants, but I'm glad we're helping you. So that's pretty cool. So safe travels, by the way, keep you occupied for a little bit. Let me just check and see what we've got here. Oh, we've had 21 viewers pop in and out. So again, 21 folks, but that's not how many we have. We have, 3 or 4 folks watching. This isn't everybody's bag, right? Watching somebody clean a motherboard for sure. But, some people are at least checking it out and seeing what's going on. That's fine. And maybe they'll find something of interest later on. All right, I'm going to see if I can clean a little bit off the tops of some of these other devices here. And let's see, I think we've got, okay. I think the other thing I want to do, yeah, let me, right around in here. Yeah, so there's a lot of garbage in here on this thing. So we're going to scrub this off. Some more of that 40-year-old garbage. I'll tell you what we'll do, guys. I need to film a little bit of the cleaning over here on this other camera, so I'm going to go ahead and get that ready. So hang on with me here. And I'm just trying to get some close-ups for some prepared video. So let me get this right here, video. Yep, seeing how the magic is made. Oh, by the way, you see probably a few things in your view here. Oh, there's the one I dropped, great. So this was kind of cool right here. This was Ben Heck was giving away boards. And yeah, he just handed this to me and said, here you go. This was at the computer festival. It's some kind of Z80, and I didn't research it, and I didn't really understand what the heck he was saying. It's some kind of Z80 board. And he said, there's a couple of chips on here you can't even get anymore. He called them unobtainium chips. He said, here, take this. You might want to do something with it, but it needs to be populated with some chips. I don't know what it does. I'm going to have to check his website and see exactly what it does. But I did get that. I didn't talk about that during the VCF MW video I prepared. And then I've had a couple of folks ask about the Hayes modem board. And that is this right here. So here's that board. And that just replaces a Hayes modem board and allows your Hayes modem to be Wi-Fi so that you can get it online. And I mentioned a viewer in my video. He and I have been conversing. He happens to have an extra Hayes modem case. And he said he'll support the channel and he's just going to send over the case. So I've actually got a case for this coming from a new friend of the channel. So let me see, and yeah, and that is, got to make sure I didn't get it confused. Greg is the gentleman who's going to send that over for me. So I'm really looking forward to getting that put in there and playing around with that new Wi-Fi modem. So thank you, Greg. I don't know if you're probably not watching, but you know, you might be joining. Who knows? Okay, so I need to, let's see. We got a few folks. Let me just get caught up. A pencil eraser is good for cleaning the fingers. So on the edge connector. So Patrick, this is great. I'm glad you said this because my understanding was that what's his name at the Future Was 8-Bit? Oh gosh, me and names. Anyway, he dropped in an eraser for me to clean off the edges, the edge connector. So we definitely gonna have to open the box because I may need what's in there. So we'll do that. So hey, and good to have you here, Patrick. Thanks for joining over. Hey, good Geek with Social Skills. We've been chatting a lot. Hello, everyone. Good to have you here. Hey, Sean. So who is Sean? You know Sean. Is Sean Geek with Social Skills? Is that who that is, Jamie? Let me know. Yes, it is. Okay, we just figured that out. And Jubsy says, I can't believe I gave away my Hayes modem. Oh, you know, I don't think I ever had a Hayes modem. I had Commodore modems, and then what was the other popular one in the early 1990s that we all had? I don't remember. It wasn't Hayes, but it was cheaper. I can't remember the brand right now. So, Rod Hall, thank you very much. Yes, Rod. See, this is why I love the chat room, because you guys keep me straight. Rod said in a tweet when I said, hey, if you want to throw anything else in the box for me, he said, well, you might find one of these edge connector cleaners in there, which is great. So you're Sean. Good to know you, Sean, Geek with Social Skills. You just heard I'm horrible with names, so I'm sure I'll forget your name is Sean in about 2-3 seconds. So yeah, it's just the way I am. So sorry. Hey, thanks for joining though, Sean. Good to have you here. Let me see. I need to go back down here for a minute and let me clean out there, and let me go ahead and turn that back on. And I'm doing just a little B-roll over here while I'm cleaning. So let me go back and clean a few things here. Trying to get this area right here a little cleaner. Now I probably should have used my other camera that I could zoom in, but I think we're okay. And just trying to get some of the gook off of the overall board. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make this a little bit easier on myself. I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to do one of these things, but not over here, obviously. So, hang on. All right, and we're going to see if we can get some of this cleaned up a little faster. Yeah, being very careful because there's a lot of pieces. We got some plug. Oh, look at this. We got got some of that green coming off. Look at that. Check that out. So, US Robotics is exactly it. Yes, US Robotics is the brand. Thanks for that. That's what we were all buying back in the day, for sure. Wasn't there another one? Zoom? Wasn't Zoom another brand that was popular? Now that I have had a chance to reflect and think about that, seems like Zoom was a brand. Wow, gosh, look at that gook on this thing. So this standoff right here, I don't know if you can see it. Make sure. Right here broke off of the case. I'm gonna have to replace that one. I'm not sure if I have any. It's been a long time since I was mounting motherboards for sure. The other thing I gotta be very careful with is these wires on the back. I do not want to pull those off, so I'm trying to be very careful with all of this. So that's kind of why I like using this board right here, because it kind of sits up on this little ledge right here and keeps it from letting it sit flat. All right, so let me get this. We'll clean a little bit more area. Then if you, I'll tell you what, if you want to vote, let me know. Do you want me to open this box from the Future Was 8-Bit here? I think you do. We know Matt would love that because you know, it'll just keep him busy while he's driving, right? This is working pretty well. I'm sure there are more effective ways to do this, and I'm sure other folks would say who are watching this, man, why didn't you just do A or B? But I'm just trying to be really careful with this thing and not trying to accidentally bend, you know, capacitors and all that other business. I'm just trying to knock off the worst of it. It actually is already looking a lot better than it did 30 minutes ago. So I'm good with that. So like down here, I probably need to get in here with some more Q-tips. All right, let me check, see what's Zoom. Yes, Zoom. That's US robot. Yep, Zoom. Yeah, I think it was it? It was XOOM instead, or was it ZOOM? Yeah. When I cleaned my pet a couple of years ago, I washed it in the sink, then sprayed it down. I was worried about that. I know I've seen people do that, but I just was worried about that. I still have my US Robotics 56K modem I had when I worked for an internet. Oh, wow, that's cool. Those Hayes chronographs are neato too. I'm not familiar with those. I was not familiar with those at all. Patrick said, Sean says to Patrick, what ISP did you work for? I worked for Earthlink. Oh, we've got some ISP past employees in here. That's cool. Matthew says, Patrick, could you dial in twice and dual home like I could when I worked at WebZone? Oh, so there you go, another one, WebZone. That must have been a regional. I don't remember that one. Shotgun modem setups for duals. Yep. The place I worked for was called Televar, Northwest, based in Wenatchee, Washington. Wow, West Coast. Worked at WebZone and also ran some pretty nice Quake 2 servers on the side. Oh, those were the days. And then Jebsy says, one of these days I'm going to mod a USR. Oh, USR, I forgot about those. External case into a Raspberry Pi case. That's a great idea. Forgotten about that. So we got some folks hanging out. Thanks for, again, I want to thank you all for kind of hanging out with me. Great to get caught up on chat there. Let me clear that and I'll get back to this. I'm glad you guys are finding things to keep you occupied in chat, because I know this is not the most exciting live stream content on the YouTubes right now. I like to say on the YouTubes, right? Yeah, because I'm old. I call it YouTube. I don't really call it the YouTube. But again, just, you know, hanging out in chat and seeing what you all are, what's on your mind. So it's great. Getting lots of dirt off this thing. All right, I'm gonna get about half this board done, and I think we will. I think we're gonna go ahead and open the box. So let me go ahead and cancel some B-roll here. There we go. Get that out of the way. So as a matter of fact, I could pull some of the B-roll from this live stream too if I want to do that, which I probably will. Still a lot of gook in here, and I know you can't see it. But really just put it under a sink, huh? You really just took a sink and washed it off, and then I find that disturbing. I don't know why. I can't fathom putting this in a sink. So that would just scare me. Earthlink was based in Pasadena. Oh yeah. Now I was an Earthlink subscriber for many years. I get what, 3 or 4 years probably. This is really good content for the W interweb. Yeah, exactly. Still waiting excitingly for my Mega 65. Oh, good. Keep hanging there. My Mega 65 was right here in front of me. It is. Where did I set? I set it up. Where did I put it? Hang on. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, I had to set it on a shelf over there right now. And actually, I need to get Patrick. I need to get some work done on that this weekend, because I'm supposed to be testing out a new core and a new ROM. I told him I would try and get to it, but I kind of got distracted by the pet. So you tell me, where should my priorities be? Should they be on the pet, or should they be on the Mega 65? I've got sometime tomorrow. I don't have all day today. I'm kind of excited about today because my wife and I are going to go see Molly Hatchet. Let me know if you know who Molly Hatchet is, but Molly Hatchet is playing in a little town about an hour away. It's a free outdoor concert. I never got a chance to see them in the day. They're one of my favorite Southern rock bands. If you're from Europe, you probably don't even know who they are, but if you are from the United States in the South, you know who they are, and we're going to be flirting with disaster later. How about that callback, huh? Let's see. I also did People PC email support. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Sean says, the video of my pet cleaning is on my channel. So you did a pet cleaning as well. Excellent. I'll have to go back and take a look at that and see how yours differed than mine. People PC with a little kid in the ad campaign. See, I don't remember. Oh, no, I remember People PC. Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. That kind of sparked my memory with the kid. I remember that. Earthlink purchased People PC, but that was after I was no longer. Gotcha. Mark John Jeffries. We're talking. All right. And then, oh yeah, Earth was about WebZone, but all that stuff was long after I was gone. Yes, it was the one with the kid in the commercials. That's it. All right, so good chat going on. Thank you. You know, I had somebody comment that they couldn't watch my channel because I spent too much time going back and forth in chat. And I just said, well, my channel's not for you. I hope you guys don't mind me taking the break and kind of going back and forth. I like to see what's going on. And when I live stream, I just feel like that's why I'm live streaming. It's, if I want you just to listen to me, then I'm going to prepare something and throw it out there. But the reason I like the live stream, as you all know, is I like the social aspect of it. I learned so much about all of you, and we get some trivia, and I just think it's fun. So I will continue to check. I don't remember what the gentleman's name was, but if you're watching, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going back and forth, and it's just, that's my stream. I'm sure you can find somebody else who doesn't do that. So this is starting to look pretty good. Let me give you guys a little close-up. You can kind of see the difference. We are getting there. It's not too bad, and the chips are a lot cleaner than they were. You can see some of the, I'm just not going to get, that's not going to come off that little area right there. That's just wear, old age and wear. So, oh, you couldn't even see that. Let's try that again, shall we? So here's the board. Sorry about that. So you can see this here. And this was the area I was talking about right there. You can see that little chip's just got that little ring or band around it. That just is not going to come clean. So I'll go ahead and put my picture back on here. Probably the ultimate way to clean the PET board would be to put it in an ultrasonic cleaning. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, that'd be really nice to be able to do that. Mislav, hey, he's back. Welcome back, Mislav. Good to have you back. We've had a lot going on since you've been gone, so make sure you check chat. Patrick Biggs, I would have sonic cleaned my PET motherboard, but it wouldn't fit. I know, the thing is huge. Look at this. I mean, for scale, here's my phone. So you can see it's, and this is a Pixel 6 Pro, so it's a big phone. So you can see this thing. It's not a mini ITX motherboard, folks. It's not a Raspberry Pi. The shot isn't in your mix. Yeah, it is now. So there you go. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully the solder joints aren't all crusty and oxidized. No, they seem to be pretty good. I've been kind of checking them as I go, and they do look really good. I have, you know, and it works perfectly. So I think we're good. I miss keyboards you could break down and throw in the dishwasher. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can't do that with new ones for sure. All right, so let me go back here and grab a little bit more here. And I'm gonna dig in here. There's some spots I need to really get in here with. See if I can get these cleaned out. There's an area right here that is just really dirty. Yes, tedious, I know. Very tedious, but I'm just getting some good dirt off of there though. And again, the key is, right, this is all working when I get done. So I didn't want to risk, this I knew was really safe, but I didn't want to risk anything major. You know, I've heard, have I heard people putting these things in a dishwasher? Am I making that up? Did I dream that, or is that a thing? Dropping these in a dishwasher with like one of those tablets or something. And see, that's just something I'd be scared to death to throw this in a dishwasher. That would not be something I would try. And I'm not trying to get this perfectly clean. I'm just trying to get the worst of it off so that when we open the top, it looks relatively clean on the inside. And it's much dirtier back here than it is over here, but it's starting to look good now. Holy smokes. Let's get some of this business off of here. So Sean, when you had your video cleaning your pet, did you, was that a live stream or was that just a video you prepared and showed for everybody? Surely you didn't bore everybody like I am with a live stream of cleaning a pet motherboard. Let's see. Jamie, water isn't your enemy as long as you. Yeah, I know. For me, it just scares me, right? I have seen people claim to place boards in their dishwasher, but it's pretty hard. That's what I would think too. And of course, obviously, you wouldn't want to put it on hot, right? Back in the day, a Super modem. That's right, Super was the other brand too. They had a few dishwashers they would use to clean the modem PCBs before putting them in the cases. Interesting. Oh, it was okay. So it was a video. So I'll make sure to check that out. Pet restoration video. Okay, gotcha. Everybody go out and check out the pet restoration video by Geek with Social Skills, Sean, and support his channel too. And get him a few views today. I think that'd be good. I'm going to go make sure and go take a look at it myself at some point. Let's see what's going. See how you cleaned yours. Wow, there's some gook in here. Be careful here so I don't spill alcohol, although that's not the worst thing that could happen, is it? And I've got a little area over here. I think I can alcohol up my old t-shirt here and get this cleaned up. Okay. Get back in there with a Q-tip. Well, I think I am getting, I got a few little areas, but I think I'm getting close to being done with this. So let me just finish up and we'll see what Rod Hall from the Future Was 8-Bit sent me. How about that? Let me go ahead and clean this up just a smattering more. Oh, I forgot about this area back here. I would, hang on guys, I want to get this little area back here before I open up the box, because I'm going to have to move all of this in order to open up the box. Sorry about that. I'm still showing pet restoration video. That may have had a few years when it was okay to smoke, and yeah, I think yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they were probably allowed to do back in the 70s that we're not doing today, right? One thing to avoid is use a vacuum cleaner with a brush attachment, because the static Lex is, oh, that boy, I wish you told me that earlier, Patrick. I think I'm fine. Oh, actually, no, I'm good, because I used it for the inside of it. This was, I think I'd already taken the board out at that point, so yeah, I was okay. So good call. All right, let me just see what we got going on here. We've got a few people. Yeah, kind of like the way people are just kind of bouncing in and out. That's good. That's not bad. Okay, so now what I want to do is, before we open the box, I'm going to try and get back into this area and clean up. It's really dirty back in here. It's hard to get to. So I'm going to need to scrub a little bit in here. Yeah, the air compressor I have, and I did kind of use a little bit to get it started here. I'm going to be careful because there's some thermal paste in there on these transistors. So let me just kind of be careful here. There's some old thermal paste, man. That's probably thermal paste. Probably alcohol is not going to cause any issues with that. Man, these must really get hot. I mean, what in the world? All right, so then one more here. Let me clean up all this. Can I bend that up just a titch? There we go. Let's see if we can get this area back here all nice and clean. I made sure to take a picture so I knew how the connectors go back on when I tried to put this thing back together. Last thing I want to do is reverse connectors, although it looks like most of them will only go one way. There's pins missing and some other features to make sure that they get installed properly. That's pretty good. Clean that right there a little bit. There's a, I don't know if you can see this right there. There's a little red LED. And I've not checked to see what happens. Sean, do you know what happens? Does this thing ever come on, or is this just a test for testing memory or error codes, or what that is? Again, I'm new to the machine, so I'm learning these things, but I want to dig in and find out what that little LED is about right there. So again, you know, this is why some of you have experience with this device, so you might be able to tell me. I'm learning a little bit from you while I do this. So wow, that's really dirty. Wow, let me see if I can get just a little bit more in there, break that up. Okay. All right. And dry this up just a little bit. And then we'll check chat room, and then I think, gentlemen, I think, oh, there's a little dirt there. Crud. Every time I say I think I'm ready to move it, I find just a little, I didn't really choose a very good methodical way to go over this board. I should have. So I'm just like finding little areas that could use a little more scrubbing. Just a little dirt there. All right. Wow, that's, gosh, there's a lot of crud in there. This must be where the smoke is, Jamie. It must got sucked in some kind of vortex, and just everything, just in this little area right here, everything just kind of landed. And I noticed that in the case too, when I was cleaning. There's just this one area right in the middle, so everything was being funneled or channeled kind of towards this area. All right. Light touch, make sure not to mess up those lines. Well, okay. All right, let me check up on chat here. Air compressor, we talked about that. Gotta love the PET power supply heat sinks. Yeah, wow, I agree. Yeah, definitely. Nice static toothbrush-like tool is also good to scrub off the gunk. That's a good suggestion, Patrick. LED comes on when the machine is powered on. I will check that out because I do not remember that, Sean. Does the PET power up and work? Yes, it does, or it did before I took it apart. But yeah, I've got pictures on my Twitter, so if you want to see that, if you're a member of the Discord, I also have pictures in there as well. And actually, I believe, yeah, I have the Facebook page thing going too, so if you want to check it out there too. So there's 3 different ways, no matter where you are. For Facebook, if you search for retroCombs, you'll see I just have a static page there where sometimes I try and post what I tweet. Well, not quite what I tweet. I usually post when I go online, new videos, just some information stuff there, but I did put a few pictures. But the Discord has some more information, as well as Twitter at Stephen Combs, if you're looking for that. So does it appear like it had been worked or stock, you think? It's stock. I don't see anybody's done anything to it. I think it's been cared for, obviously. It had a rough way to go, as we saw with those Goodwill pictures. Jamie found some Goodwill pictures of this device, and we were kind of chatting about it. But it doesn't look like there's been anything done. I don't see any. Looks like it's stock RAM. Everything is just the way it was. Now I'm going to change that, obviously, with the box over here and add some new features and upgrades. But like 32K of RAM, we're going to get that up. So yeah, it looks pretty stock. Yes, worked before the cleaning. Careful there. Jimmy, his board looks pretty original. Yep, it is. So for the IEEE stuff, it's off. Is just yes. So once I get the ROM swap in there, what I have read and understand is the IEEE stuff in Basic 1 either wasn't finished, so it didn't activate that port, or They ran out of time, which would mean it wasn't finished right. It just wasn't activated. So I think there's some talk about whether that was intentional or just ran out of time. But later, the ROM version 2 activated the IEEE port. The ROMs are kind of interesting too, because the start screen, you can tell if it's a ROM 1, it has 3 asterisks before Commodore Basic. If it's got the hashtags, it's Basic 2, and if it says version 4, then it's version 4. So hopefully we'll get a chance to see that when I get the ROM switcher in there as well. PET boards are pretty tough. In 1970s, they used, yeah, this thing looks like high quality stuff. I mean, it's a heavy board too. I mean, this thing has some heft on it. It's not like what you feel today. The best quality boards I've seen is in the 1980s vintage Hewlett-Packard lab grade test gear. I have a few examples here, and they're all gold plated. Whoa, gold plated, wow. Sean says the RAM board adds basics 1, 3, and 4. Thank you. So it's not 2, it's 3. Okay, 1, 3, and 4 plus 32 kilobytes. I wonder why they couldn't add, because didn't the Super Pets have 96K? I wonder why they didn't go ahead and just boost up the capability, or maybe that was just because of the Super Pet, and I know that was unusual. We might need to check with Mike Cook, right, Jamie, about the Super Pet. Also did a video about that. Of course you did. So I'm way behind, right? But you know, everybody loves multiple content on the same thing sometimes. So Sean, I'll probably check that out too. So thank you for that. All right, let me go back down here and let's finish up what we're doing here so that we can open up our box. I think we're in pretty good shape. I think I am at the point where I am happy with where this is. Looks like these are nice and clean. As the alcohol kind of dries, I'm starting to see some areas here. I got a few areas here I could clean up a little bit more, so I'll work on that. But I promised you all I would open the box, so hey, what do you say we open the box and I'll come back and clean up some of this? Because if I did in fact get a edge cleaner in here, we're going to see that. So let me go ahead and put the top back on my alcohol so I don't spill that. Move this over here. All right, that's out of view. Oh, not quite. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put that, okay, I'm going to put that back here. We're just going to set that right here for now. And there you go. Lovely, huh? All right. Roll back over here. Okay, so let's see. I want to do the box. I need to scrub my information off of here. Let me get the Mislav donation to the channel, the knife, and let me get my address off of here so that I don't have to worry about broadcasting that to the world. Although, if you are interested in sending me something, let me know. I'm starting to have some folks say, hey, I'd like to send you something. And if you are one of those people, let me know, and you can send me a DM on Twitter. You can email me at retrocombs@icloud.com, and we can talk about how to get things my way. There we go. So we are safe. All right, good to go. Let me go ahead and do this. Now I'm gonna open this, and it's gonna feel awful lot like a prepared video as I'm doing this, because I'm gonna want to capture all of this. Let's see. Indeed, lots of good content. I love seeing different. Yeah, I know. Me too. I think I've probably watched the same thing about this, or watched different content on the same thing on multiple different things that I watched. Like the Commodore PET, I found a lot of great stuff on the PET. So, whoa, now, is that like a remote drone rover thing? What's a remote drone? What are you seeing that you think is a remote drone rover thing up there? Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes. Ignore that. I don't want to throw things off. Oh, well, that's all right. I'm guessing is in the Midwest. I am in the Midwest somewhere. I'm actually in Indiana. I'm a Hoosier. Not original Hoosier. I'm a transplanted Kentucky boy. So, yeah, that's this is what you're looking at right here, Jamie. That is the Wise car. The Wise car. So, I think I tried to put that together in a video at some point. So, I don't know. The RC, yeah, so that's the Wise car right there. Yep, and it's got a Wise cam built on it, and you use a app, and you can drive it around, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice. Sean is on the West Coast, so it's a little bit earlier where you are, right? All right, so let me go ahead and Let's get this over here, and I'm going to do a top-down, gentlemen. Oh, not that one. Oh, I don't want that. Holy cow. I have lost my mind. Here we go. And let me get rid of this. And I need to, I don't know why I said you were in the West Coast. I need to set up my other camera here because I want to capture some B-roll footage here. So again, you're seeing how the sausage is made, everybody. Let's see. I think I want this to be here. Oh, sorry about the noise. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple of views here. Ah, I just hit my knee on the whole table and just, what a big mess. All right, here we go. And then I'm gonna take this and pop this down here. And I want this at an angle a little bit. I always like it. I always think it looks better when we're kind of at an angle. I need to be on video. And I think I need to raise my tripod a little bit. Let's take it up to max. How exciting is this? You're watching me videotape stuff. That's not exciting at all, is it? Oh, I can give you a better view so you can see what's going on. This is what's going on. I'm trying to set this thing up, okay? So just bear with me for a minute. Again, trying to... I know you're probably wondering, why aren't you just using this camera right here, which is a top-down? Well, it's not the best quality, and I kind of want a little more like a first-person view of what's happening. This will work right here, I think, nicely. And let me lock this down here so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to lower it just a tad. There we go. All right, so, and pull this up just a little bit more. All right. And what do you think? Q-tips in the scene or Q-tips out of the scene? I don't know. Kind of looks like I've been doing something. So let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and move these out. I probably should use my wireless mic too to give you better sound, but I think this will work. Move the board, let's move the alcohol, clean up my space. This is going to be kind of fun. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if you guys are, what? Okay, I get you. That's too funny. West Coast is north of Seattle. Okay. Don't break the table. I know the lovely accountant won't. Well, actually, Mislav, the lovely accountant, would not care about this table downstairs. But thank you for that. Have a good morning, noon, evening. I need to get back to my. Okay. Hey, Sean, it's great to have you. Thanks for joining. And you can always check up later. I think I'll go ahead and leave this online. You can scroll back through. Have a good one. Yep, absolutely. And 486DX266. Now that's a computer right there. All right. So I am going to now open the box. Here we go, guys. So I need to give you one of these because you can't see what's coming out of the other camera. And here we go. So let me turn on my video and all right. Okay, we gotta have this box from, who is this box from? This box is from The Future Was 8-Bit, and Rod Hull has sent this over. Thank you, Rod, for that. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can open this, and we've got Mislav's Swiss Army knife here. That he was nice enough to send our way, and let's see if we can figure out how to open this thing. Wow, he has done a stellar job packing this up and making sure it's safe. I always love his tape too. That's just great. I think if I do this, we'll be able to pull this out. Let me go ahead and get in here, and there we go. Mislav, I can't tell you how many times I use this knife. Thank you for that donation to the channel. All right, here we go. Oh, looks like I need to cut over here too. So let me get that. What is in the box? We all would like to know at some point today, Stephen. I'm just not being nice to this box at all, am I? There we go. Now we're talking. All right, so here we go, right here. And we'll go ahead and pull this out first of all and make sure that I don't share sensitive information. And okay, so it looks like inside we have the billing slip, or the bill of goods. We also have some instructions here. We have Advanced features for using a DOS wedge. We're going to have to see what that's about. That looks good. And we have the DOS wedge. Oh, so this, my understanding is this actually provides us with some additional commands for the disk operating system for the PET to make things easier. So you don't have to type all the long commands, much like a, was it like Epic's Fast Loader or some of the other things. Here is some information on, oh, you know, I love this guy. I love to play with one of these days, but that is kind of low on my priority list. Unless Rod wants to send one over, and I'd be happy to take a look at that for him, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. So let's see what we have inside here. Got the fun blue. He always does such a nice job packing this stuff. So let's go ahead and get those over to the side. And there's several things I purchased in here. Several, I don't know, 3 I think. Let's go ahead and get that. All right, so the very first thing is, here is the Tiny Mouth PET ROM RAM board, the TS5 424. So this is what will give us the different ROMs on our Commodore PET. Open this up here. Right there. Now I'm broadcasting this on the, for you live streamers. The camera's having a hard time focusing, but my other camera is my priority right now, so apologies for that. So we'll go ahead and pull this out so that you can see what this looks like. Very nice packaging again. Attention, observe precautions for handling, electrostatic. Okay, so yeah, he's right. I should probably be careful with that. So let me ground myself over here. I'm touching something over here. You can't see it. All right, so here it is, right here. So here is the PET ROM RAM. So this will plug into the CPU. You'll take CPU out of the PET. You'll plug it in here, and then you can switch between your ROMs here. That is pretty slick. And again, it also offers 32 kilobytes. I almost said megabytes. 32 kilobytes of RAM. So let's go ahead and, since Rod is telling us to be very careful for electrostatic sensitivity, let's go ahead and put that back in our bag. All right. What else do we have in here? We have this device here, which is the SD to PET. And what this does is allows us to use an SD card to host all of that wonderful PET software. And what I did is I went ahead and asked Rod to go ahead and throw in, for a few bucks more, you could have him throw in a pre-prepared, how about that? Is that so cool? What a nice job. Nicely done, Rod. The future was 8-bit. You see this little 5 1/4 inch floppy. It's an SD card with all of that wonderful PET software. So that all goes right in here. We'll plug this into the 2 ports, and then we'll be able to access this just like we do any SD to card readers. Looks like on the back is how we swap through our different cards here. You can see that. So very cool there. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in the back. And then we have this right here. This is, oh, here's my surprise, guys. He was nice enough to throw in, here is the Future Was 8-bit Edge Connector Cleaning Tool, which we need that because I can clean it, and it's basically an eraser. Isn't that cool? Very nice, Rod. Thanks for the little extra drop in there. That was very kind of you to do that. I think he's actually sending those out with most of his orders, which I think is just a nice touch. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one because it's a little bit tricky there. This is a way to add dual joystick ports to the Commodore PET. Check this out. So this will work on games like Space Invaders and others that you've seen. So here you go. Print this here so that you can read the joystick to see if it's working. So we'll probably be doing that later on. Here's your ports values that you should get when you plug that in. I love that. What a great little tip. So it'd be interesting to see if that program is even just on his little SD card. No 5-volt, no auto fire, no paddles, no mice. There you go. So this is really nicely made. Well done. So I will say I do have another device coming from a different vendor. I'll talk about that when it arrives. That will also include this, but also includes other features not found in the things I've shared here. Let's just make sure there's nothing else in the box. There is not. So there is the contents of my purchase from thefuturewas8bit.com for my Commodore PET. All right, guys, I got it. Now some of that'll be edited out probably, or I will edit that out. So let me see what's going on in the chat, because I obviously could not pay attention to you while you were doing that. Let me go back here, and what we can do is we can end up the live stream just by a little bit of chat, see if you have any questions, and then I'll probably go back and finish cleaning up a little bit. Now I definitely need to clean up. I have gook everywhere. So let's see. Let me get caught up here. Oh, you guys are talking 486. You're like out of my area. You know, I did end up having to buy a 486 because of AutoCAD. That's the only reason. And I had a 486 DX66 with a Math-Co. Actually, the 486 included a Math-Co processor or added a Math-Co processor. The DX included a Math-Co processor, I think, right? And then the SX did not. I think that's how that worked. The first real PC, Patrick, I purchased was a 286, believe it or not. Those were dark days. Those were like coming off the Amiga days, and then you go to a PC and you go, what in the world? This is garbage. But I had to for my studies. I had to have it because I was using AutoCAD, and that did not run on an Amiga. 286, yeah, I think that's about what mine was too. Mislav was a 286, 16 megahertz. As people around here know, I started with C64 and 84, and then Amiga 2000, I'm assuming, not, Amiga 200, Amiga 500. Which one? Mislav, was it a 500 or the 2000? Patrick says, I kind of think PCs have gotten very bland. I agree. But actually what I think is funny for me is I think the Raspberry Pi is the most fascinating one, and it's not just anything but a board, but it's like the most fun thing to watch right now and see what they're doing with that. After the 8-bit era, I went from a 386 compact laptop to a P75 megahertz. Look at you, you're smoking, Matthew. Never really had a lot of computers. Yeah, right. Matthew says, was the first gen with a floating point error. Yeah, there you go. Tell me about it. Computers haven't changed. Yeah, they really haven't. You know, I am a Mac user. Full disclaimer here. I like my modern Apple computers, and I am digging what they're doing with the M1 processors and what Apple continues to innovate in design. So I'm not a big PC fan. You all know that. As a matter of fact, I have I mentioned earlier in the live stream, one of the things I'm working on is a video that I need to get that edit done, but it involves the first Windows computer I have owned in, I'm guessing 20 years. I mean, I've used them, but actually had one in the house. And I'm just gonna say Windows is horrible, folks. I don't know how you all deal with it. Jamie, I don't know how you have to live with those things every day. Windows 3.1, seg faulted every 10 minutes. Windows 9. Yeah, it was painful. I really wish someone would invent a new computer that blows our socks off. Yeah, I don't know that we're ever going to see that again, though. I'm not sure that we will. I think we're just at the point where it's an appliance now, and we just make it a little bit better and faster, and that's about it. I think there's more innovation. Again, this is me personally, on the Mac due to the software developers. The independent developers on the Mac are really pushed the Mac with things like Keyboard Maestro and things like Bluetooth, BTT Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, Better Touch Tool. There we go, I'll get it. And all the automation stuff I think is really, really cool. And some of the other stuff that they're doing in the area of productivity I really like too. Could be better, yep. I used to render a lot of digital GFX POV Ray on a P75. Wow, that had to have taken forever. I can't imagine that. Yeah, it has charm, like loading games from tape on C64, waiting 5 minutes, only get load error. Good times, man, yeah. I used to play with POV Ray. Yeah, I remember POV Ray. And now I like to get more familiar. Blender is tough. Blender has a really tough learning curve, and I'm a computer aided design guy, but man, Blender is tough. Patrick says, like, maybe put some RAM on do, or why are we still building a video card? Yeah, well, and I think we're seeing that, again, hate to keep saying the Apple side, but the Apple side, they're just integrating it all on a chip. We're not really, they kind of have the GPU on there, but it's really starting to become more of its one thing, so starting to see that. You guys are really chatty, aren't you? I don't know, anything different. Yep. Well, M1 isn't all. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I love it. Absolutely refuse to discuss tapes on the C64. Now this, if you're not aware, the tape drive is right under here. So this is the tape drive. I was cleaning it up earlier. The tape on this does work, and I've already I tested it before I purchased it. There's a tape in there, and I'll be showing that off in the pre-prepared video, or the prepared video when I show that. Yes, I used to stare at advertisements for an Amiga 1000. Oh yes, with the King Tut. I had the 500. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. I don't. It's interesting though. I don't have an Amiga in my collection now. I have the A500, but I don't really have a desire to purchase an Amiga. I'm really digging the old 8-bit stuff, so that's where my focus is more on the 8-bit and then the modern things that we can bring to 8-bit. So I think I'm going to hang out there for a while. Now I suspect that, and I said this in the Discord just recently, that there will be an Amiga core for the Mega 65, and when that comes out, I'll probably put that on there. And then why would I need an Amiga at that point? That's going to be fabulous. So I had an Amiga 500, but never got any software for it beyond some games. No Deluxe Paint. I did have Deluxe Paint, and I also had I don't remember what the desktop publishing package was that was famous on this thing. Page Master? No, that's PC. Was that PC? I can't remember. But there was one. It was the professional level desktop publishing for the Amiga that was supposed to rival the Mac. And I did have that in college. The 2000. Oh, so you actually had a 2000. Wow, good for you, Mislav. That was a beautiful machine. Grew up with Apple II and Commodore 64. I had family and friends that worked at NewTek. Oh, now that's cool. Did they ever meet Kiki? Did you ever meet Kiki Stockhammer? So if you met her, then you are a NewTek person, right? So I can get a paycheck. So you can get a paycheck. What is the paycheck? You need a paycheck. I'm not sure. Oh, I get it. Okay, gotcha. It took me a minute there. All right, folks. I am. Let me just one last thing. Any questions before I log off? How long have we been online here? My stream looks like 125. So we've been at it for about an hour and a half. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Windows, yes. Windows. An Amiga core on the Mega 65. Oh, yeah, that's coming. As a matter of fact, Paul Gardner Stephen, there we go, said that he anticipates that coming really soon. So, and he's the lead developer, or I don't know if he's a lead developer. He's one of the lead developers. He's very significant, right, in Mega 65, so I think it's coming. So any last questions about the PET before I log off? I'm going to clean up here a little bit. I think I want to work on that motherboard some more. I think also that I think I'm at a good point now. If I can get this cleaned up just a little bit more, I may go ahead and start reassembling everything, and I might have this thing back online by the end of the day. I did want to, while I had the motherboard out, go ahead and install the ROM, because it'll be this will be a lot easier to install with the motherboard out. So I am going to have to pull that 6502 out of there, and hopefully I don't damage that thing and get it all put back together. I'm going to do that over here, being very careful. And then maybe I'll tweet something a little bit later to let you know if I was successful. So make sure you check out my Twitter at Stephen Combs. I'll also probably put something in the Discord for those of you who are supporters. So that will be there. Is the Mega keyboard layout similar? No, so that's my problem, right? No, it's not. I mean, what are they going to use for the two Amiga keys? I assume the Mega key will be an Amiga key, but there's two of them. And yeah, that's the only thing about all these cores, and I've said this over and over. If you don't have the keyboard that should come with the machine, that makes the experience very hard. As a matter of fact, the ZX Spectrum core is available on the Mega 65, but it stinks because the keyboard doesn't match. So for me, I did back the Kickstarter for the Spectrum Next second edition, second issue. So that got delayed because of all the FPGA delays and everything, but that's coming next year. And that's what I would prefer to work on, something with the traditional keyboard. So yeah, it's not great. And you even notice that in some ways with, you're going to notice that with other cores, like if you do a 128 core or some other things. I mean, the 4080 key is not on the Mega 65 from the 128, so how's that going to work? So yeah, there's that whole confusion. We forgot something. What did we forget? Mislav, what did we forget? I'm going to wait for you to tell me we forgot. So what did we forget? Let's see, I did this, I did open that, I did this, I did this. What did I forget, Mislav? Now you're leaving me hanging. You tell me I'm forgetting something. I want to make sure I give you exactly what you paid for today. So, everybody else is going, I didn't pay for this, right? Tank mouse for life. Yeah, the tank mouse. The tank mouse will work with the, it's supposed to work with the Mega 65. So no, that's not what I meant, Mislav. You didn't need to do that. I thought we were forgetting something. Thank you so much, Mislav, for the super chat. I appreciate it, for the lovely accountant, of course. So he's very tricky, isn't he? Mislav, as always, appreciate that. And know that I will continue to use, well, I guess actually for the lovely accountant tonight, she will, as we go to see Molly Hatchet play, I think we're going out to dinner. So I will tell her that you sent a little something her way. And Mislav, you don't have to do that every time. I really appreciate you, sir. But it is very nice of you to super chat me while I am on a live stream. So thank you for that. He did now. I know. It's great. Okay, guys, I'm going to bounce out of here. Doesn't look like you have any more questions about the pet. I will keep working on that, and there will be more content. So make sure you check out the channel and subscribe if you're not. I think everybody on here who has done that. And also, guys, don't forget, if you would like to become a part of the Discord, you can do that for just $1 a month if you want to join. And actually, it can be less if you do a year in advance. But come over and join us in the Discord. We'd love to have you join in the chat, and we can continue the chat stuff that we do here over in the Discord. And if you're not sure how to do that, just go to buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs, or just check the main page at retrocombs.com. Thank you all, later taters, for sure. Appreciate the company and compost. Safe travels on the rest of the way to North Dakota. And Jamie, appreciate you joining, even though you're 2 houses down. It's always great to have you joining in the chat. So everybody, I am out of here. Let me get on my screen here where I can get this taken care of. retroCombs. Oh, wait, you know what? I just remembered. I'm doing this wrong. I'm just kind of doing this. I got to do the Commodore salute when I sign off. And the Commodore salute is one of these, right? So I've got to start doing that. So I may as well get to practicing now. So retroCombs out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I am out of here. I'll hang out and chat for just a minute or two, I think. Okay? See ya.